Alright, and welcome back to Amplify 208. Today we're working on the other tape deck's little brother here. This here is the Sansui SC3110 stereo cassette deck. I've been fixed the other one that you seen. It was a silver faced one, the previous video that I posted. This one here is his little brother. This thing works really well. Originally the auto stop feature didn't work, but the original owner, he lubed it up on the inside, and everything seems to be working now. The meter was a little out of adjustment, so I did adjust the meter through the input on the back. Everything seems to be okay now. I've been playing this thing for probably about 3 or 4 hours, and I'm going to turn on some copyright free music. Excuse the the tone on the microphone is just kind of done with a handheld phone, so it's not exactly a stereo microphone, but I have recorded. It's all copyright free music, so we're going to turn this up a bit. You can see these things. This thing records, sounds very nice, like very well. The reason I'm making this video on this unit in particular, is because it's very nice. It's black face sansui. Tape deck sounds good. I cleaned the heads, used some good alcohol, cleaned the heads and everything, and you can hear that nice, very crisp and clean. This has been recorded off the laptop. I recorded it off the laptop onto a cheap cassette that I've made up for soundtracks and stuff like that, and I have my own test tone tracks and stuff like that to align the heads. But yeah, but the reason I'm making this video is I noticed this power consumption on this unit. You see, it's 11.4 watts. Okay, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. Maybe you can hear me a little better. But the power consumption on this unit compared to its bigger brother, it's got all the same units, it's supposed to be the same of everything, okay? But look at the power consumption on this unit compared to the last one. The last one was almost under 10 watts while playing, and the only time it really reached 10 watts is if you were you would use rewind or fast forward or play. You would maybe hit 10 watts. It was always under, like, almost under 10 watts the whole time. Very rarely did it come over 10 watts. This one's using 11.5. You would think, oh, it's not a big deal, okay? Oh, it's only 11.5 watts, no big deal, right? Okay, well, you're talking the exact same unit. Yeah, there is tolerances, there's variances and stuff like that. But I'm going to bring you to a point real quick where I'm coming from on this one. The last unit, I sat there and operated for hours, okay? Recording, playing, and everything else. But when I come back here and I touch these power supply caps, that one there, that's a little warmer than it should be. That's a lot warmer than it should be. Yeah, that's warm. That one's got some heat to it. That one's not so bad. That one, okay. This one, ice cold. These little guys, ice cold, ice cold, ice cold. Big guy, and it's warm to the touch, but it's not gonna hurt me. But these guys back here, they shouldn't be that hot. They shouldn't run that hot. Sorry, kind of put you in the mirror, but these shouldn't run that hot. These ones, like, they should be a little cooler. So that's telling me these caps, they are very old. They're definitely not original. Well, they're definitely original, but like they're definitely haven't been replaced. So yeah, I think we're gonna recap the power supply board, but the rest of them, like, those are all good there. That one's ice cold. That one's ice cold. That one there, I think. That one there is actually kind of warm. So it's probably got some leakage to it. But they're old, right? Like, this thing's older than I am. But yeah, I'm thinking a recap of the power supply board. And at least some new caps down here on the power supply section feeding the record and play sections of the tape deck system on this. And then yeah, at least them, and then Maybe some audio caps if you wanted to do it, but the audio sounds really clean. It's just, to me right now, the power consumption on this unit is higher than the last one I worked on. And it shouldn't be that way, really, if you think about it, because the capacitors on the other one didn't run that hot. These ones do. So to me, that's telling me there's something going on. And feeling the temperature of the capacitors, well, that would explain it. Audio signal is good and clean, so, you know, that's one of those things, you know, damned if you do, damned if you don't. You want to keep it, that's fine, go ahead, but it could cause you an issue in the future, you know. How often do you use it? You know, that's up to you. When do you use it? You know. But one of these days you're going to be playing with it and it's just going to go kaput. That's all there is to it. And then it's a tick of time bomb. But could last another few years, could last a few minutes, don't matter. Obviously it's going to last a longer few minutes, but yeah. They're just, they shouldn't be that warm. They're only 85 degrees. Like, that one's ice cold and this one's like, it's warm. It's warmer in my hand. So it's got it, and it's, yeah. So be careful doing this because there's power back here. You will get a lifter if you do it the wrong way. Yeah, so be wary of that. I've just done this for years, so I know where to put my hands and where not to. Because I've experienced it the hard way, unfortunately. But yeah. So yeah, I'll give you an update on this one. Maybe I'll talk to the guy. We maybe recap the board, see what he wants to do with that. Because I know it's maybe a backup unit for him, whether he wants to go that far. There's no, I don't know. This is in Canada and the tariffs nowadays. You might be spending, yeah, you might be spending ridiculous amounts of money on just getting capacitors for the, you know, imports and everything. It's kind of stupid. But, and I don't want to order from China. If I do, they're probably fake and those blow up. And I'm not insulting sansui with chunk, meaning cheap Chinese chunk. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, give you an update later on, and you guys have yourself a good night and have good peace and joy and love your family. All right, have a good evening.